Guys, in this box, I'm hoping it's the new Hoonie truck from Team Associated. Put my Hoonigan tracksuit top on especially, so it better be that. Let's get it out of the box. In fact, before we get it out of the box, let's just answer the question, or let's just talk about what every single person is going to put in the comments. It's way too expensive. Let's discuss that while I'm drinking a £3 cup of coffee. We pay for stuff or we want stuff because of the name. I'm not a big fan of Costa, and this probably, well, in fact, I know this. Anywhere where you buy coffee with these takeaway cups, the cup actually costs the company more than the coffee inside, but we still pay it. The Hoonigan tracksuit top I'm wearing, this one, it cost me about $100. If it didn't have Hoonigan on it, it'd probably be less than $50. But I like it, and I wanted it, so I bought it. My Jordans, if it didn't have that on it, they wouldn't cost $200, but I like them. That's why I bought them. In fact, I bought 2 pairs. I've got one that I wear, and I've got one that I'm gonna keep in the box. And I'm not trying to flex and say, look what I've got. I'm just saying, we buy things because of the names on them. And the reason that this is so expensive is because it's the Hoonie truck. Team Associated have probably spent quite a bit of time and money to sort this out. This isn't a Chinese knockoff, and you know I do like my Chinese knockoffs. This is a fully licensed Hoonie truck. They've done a lot, they've obviously done a lot of work. Yes, I got sent this one to review, so I'm gonna say I think it's worth it, because I've not had to pay for this one, but this is one of the first batches to come through to the UK, the second batch that are coming nearer the end of the month. I've reserved one, so I've bought one as well. This one was free, that I'm gonna unbox and show you guys, and I've bought one, because I think it is awesome. It's all I'm saying about the price, because I'm getting out of breath now talking about it. Oh, it's brushed as well. That's the other reason why people are gonna say it's too expensive, because it's brushed. Anyway, let's get it out of the box, let's have a look at it, and let's take it for a run. So in the box, you get your standard XP120 transmitter. These are all right, they've got your throttle trim, dual rate, steering trim, dual rate on them. Pretty nice controllers. I don't like them for me driving and filming because I can't quite reach there, but generally okay. I got a few of these. Got some bits and pieces in there. That looks like a different spur gear. You got your wing mirrors in there, some suspension bits and pieces. I don't know what is that, a diff lock? Looks like it might be a diff lock there. Set of instructions with some stickers on the back, and you always get like a little catalogue with the Team Associated stuff as well. And these are in there. I don't know whether they're meant to be in there. They're I suppose I could box it up and pretend it's new again, because these stick on the box, so I don't know why they're in there. I don't know whether all of them come with that. And then this is the little Hoonie truck. So my first reaction to it was, it's a bit smaller than I thought. It is only 1/10 scale, but it looks quite small for a 1/10 scale, being that it's meant to be a truck. Let me just get something else that's a normal 1/10. So there you go, that's an MST drift car. I'd probably say that really, scale-wise, that's probably less than 1/10. I'd say maybe 1/12, maybe 1/11, but I don't believe it's 1/10. But it looks awesome. Really, really well detailed. Molded parts all over it. You've got like your exhaust and screamer pipe there. You got your side skirts or side steps, your twin turbos, whatever that bit is coming out there, part of your inlet manifolds, moulded front grille, your rear cage, and your plastic spoiler. I've seen a few other videos, it's a bit, yeah, mine's a bit warped as well. I've seen a few videos where it's not completely straight. That would have been nice if that was like a brushed aluminium. Something else I've noticed straight out the box is the suspension as well. It's very bouncy, almost as if there's no oil in there. So that's something I'm actually going to look at before I take it out, because what I don't want it to do is mess up the handling. But I like to usually take my stuff out stock, but that feels that loose that I think it might cause it to get damaged or something. But we'll have a look at that. Let's have a look underneath the body. Oh, body pins that... come on, man. I am not going to stop talking about it until every company make body clips that are raised up slightly so you can get them out without damaging the body or potentially damaging the body. It's one of my pet hates. These rear ones are really tight. So on the front you got light buckets there, so you can put LEDs in there. Pretty standard underneath, nothing fancy about it. Feels relatively good. Can't imagine it's going to break as easy as others. So here we are underneath. Like I mentioned, it is brushed. Another complaint from people being it is brushed. 550, 15 turn, 3-slot reedy power with a ESC that will run 3S as well. I'd probably recommend, I think it's going to be better on 3S being it's brushed. And if I'm honest, would I have liked to have seen a brushless in there? Definitely. Would it have cost them much more? Probably not. Brushless motors, you can pick them up relatively cheap. Anyway, it's brushed. It's got a 15 kilo servo in there, which should be man enough for this job. And the only other complaint from others, not me, because I've got plenty of lipos, it only takes shorty packs. It's got a small battery tray in there, so you can't fit a standard size lipo in there. Like I said, not a problem for me because I have got shorty packs, but I know everyone hasn't, and it's just another expense to add to the growing cost of the RC hobby. It's got a fixed spool in there, but I've heard you can get a diff for there. It's an optional extra, is a diff. So you could have a center diff, make the handling much better. Fixed links all round, plastic, everything's plastic. The chassis though is like a fiberglass. I can't remember what sort it is. Where's the box? G10 fiberglass. Whatever G10 fiberglass, it'll look at, are they my greasy fingerprints on that? Whatever G10 fiberglass is, just see, yeah. There we go. So it's nice chassis, it looks good. Hex hardware on there. Tyres feel relatively soft, but they've got foams in there. Love the wheels. You can get optional drift wheels for it as well. Disc brakes under there. You do get some little Willwood stickers to put on there as well. So you've got some nice branded brakes. I think that's pretty much everything. Metal drive shaft, metal drive shafts, metal diffs. So all metal running gear. And it does look well put together. It looks well made. It is priced quite high. And now I've had a closer look at it, am I going to cancel my order? No, I'm not. I want another one. I want one to keep in the box. So I am going to sort the suspension out before I take it out. And like I said, I don't usually do that. I take stuff out of stock. But what I don't want to do is start damaging this chassis too much. And it shouldn't have really come out like that. That is my only complaint. You can complain it's brushed. You can complain it's too expensive. You could complain that there's like plastic bits over it or it takes a shorty battery. But my only complaint is that suspension is way too soft to run it straight out the box. So I'm going to sort that out before we take it out for a run. Right, I'm going to charge a battery. I'm going to get a 3S as well. So we run it 2S, we'll do a speed run. I don't think it's that fast. I'm going to do a 3S speed run as well. Then we're going to take it for a hoon around. And if you don't like anything I've spoke about, you must admit it looks awesome. Right, anyway. Right, so I've changed the rear. I've put some 600 CST in it. I think, looking at what came out of there, I reckon it's like 200 or 300, probably 200. It was like water that came out. I've not done the front yet because I want to show you the difference. So front is still stock. You can see it's still springy. Rear, 600. If I drop the rear now, look at that. Really nice damp in there. And if I do the front, stock, you can hear it hitting the like grounding out. I don't believe these should have come out onto the shelves with a shocks like that. It's way too bouncy. Anyway, I'm gonna do the front. I'll get a battery charge. I'll give it a quick black round the tit just to see what we're working with, and then we'll take it out and give it a proper run. Right, let's see how it gets on around the test track. Steering feels up. Oh, it's got a little bit of punch to it. Oh, nice. Very nice. What? Oh, this is good, guys. This is decent. Better than I thought. Oh, we need to do a lap, don't we? Should we do a lap? I am at some point going to get a list of all the lap times we've done so far, and I've got some timing gear hopefully coming, so we can actually use it as a proper like reference to how fast stuff is. But we'll do it old school for the time being and just stick a stopwatch up. I'm going to do, just going to do a few laps, and we'll take the fastest one, just to get to grips with it. Steering's good. Well, he says. So I think we're going to have to power slide around some of the corners, but let's give it a few laps and take the fastest one. This has definitely got more poke than I thought it'd have with that brush motor. It's geared nicely. Right, fast lap, let's go. That's the one, yeah. Oh, shit. Let's go. That's the one, yeah. Come on. This is way faster than I thought it was going to be. It's going to be awesome on some drift wheels. So first thing we've got to do is a speed run on 2S. Bit tight for space here, but like I said, it's not super fast. That's flat out already. Just sort that steering trim out. So 2S, not fast at all. I'd say, I think it's about 18 mile an hour. Don't dismiss that top speed because we've got plenty of gear in there for slides, for some skids. 17 mile an hour. Not the fastest thing, but good for skids. Right, 3S. Let's go. There we go. That's better. That's more like it. I'm going to run this on, when we bash it about, I am going to put the 2S back in, but the 3S gives you loads more speed. That is a decent speed. I reckon I'm going to go 25. I'm good at guessing, aren't I? I am really good at guessing this stuff, and I promise I do not look first. 25 mile an hour on 3S. So 600 weight in them shocks, massive difference. Although that is the chassis christened. Because it's geared so well, I don't think 2S is going to be much of a disappointment for you. It's definitely not a disappointment for me. It's got some punch. Certainly enough to get some air. It's enough to lose traction on concrete, which is what you want. I like this. This drives well. You want more top speed, obviously 3S, but straight out of the box, I'd say this is pretty decent. So no gyro, no stability or anything like that. Straight up raw driving. And it jumps. Smooth, very smooth. That's it for this video, guys. That is the Huna truck. I love it. Can't wait to get my second one. We're going to do a brushless conversion on this one. Look out for that. I'll see you next time. Guys, my Insta360 just fell off the truck. Look where it landed. I'm glad it's got a magnet on it. I've got to try and get that off without dropping it in that drain. That was so lucky. I watched it roll down and I was like, no. Right. That was so lucky.